Hi guys, welcome to this week's marriage moment. My name's Max, I'm one of the elders at Church Unlimited. And this week I want to start a new series, and I want to call the series Oneness. And in this series I want to explore what it means to become one with your husband and your wife. I'm also going to have a look at some of the misperceptions that society has created so that it can break this oneness which God intended in our marriages. I'm really been intrigued about the concept of two people becoming one and what God's purpose is with that specific concept. If we have a look at Scripture, we see that it refers a lot to this specific principle. In Genesis 2 verse 24 we read the following: "Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." And this scripture is repeated 5 times. And we even see that Jesus talks about it when he teaches about marriage and divorce in Matthew 19 verse 5. Paul also teaches about this principle in Ephesians 5, and we read the following in verse 8. "In the same way, a husband should love his wife as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hates his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church." But I feel sometimes that we misinterpret the guidance that we receive about oneness in the Bible. Oneness doesn't mean that all marriages look the same. God doesn't take two very distinct individuals and try and mold them into the same form so that everybody reacts like robots to situations. So I believe that God creates something new and unique in every marriage, and that the guidelines that we receive in the Bible is there to help us to avoid the traps that the enemy sets for us to ensure that our oneness breaks. We're going to be exploring these traps that we find in our marriages, and we're going to be looking at things like technology in our marriage, other relationships, raising children, and how we handle our finances. I'm excited about this series, and I really want to ask you guys and invite you guys to interact with us either in the comments or to maybe send me a personal message. My cell phone number is 079 868 7115, and I hope with this that we have the ability to move closer to God, and also closer to His Word, and also closer to your spouse, your husband or your wife. I want to end today's message with the following, and it's scripture from the Message translation. It's Matthew 19 verse 11 and 12. "But Jesus said, 'Not everyone is mature enough to live a married life. It requires a certain aptitude and grace. Marriage isn't for everyone. Some from birth seemingly never give marriage a thought. Others never get asked or accepted. And some decide not to get married for kingdom reasons. But if you are capable of growing into the largeness of marriage, do it.'" I want to thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Please be safe and be blessed.